Oh, what's going on YouTube? Let's talk about the keys to successful business because we understand how we got to be active in the Keynesian economic system. And with a business, you understand you got to use money to make money. So what they got to do is they got to balance out their finances, but you got to maintain your sticky power in a business. Now, what's sticky power? It means that you got the appeal with your business, so people want your products over another business's products. And that means that, you got to be able to use money to make money. So with businesses, we've always heard the term there's no such thing as free lunch. And there's no such thing as free lunch. And basically, with no such thing as free lunch, it means that basically with a business, you are basically buying somebody into your business with free stuff. You're giving some free stuff to get people hooked into your products, but at the same time, you're getting somebody into a business deal. Now, this is like sometimes foreign countries will butter up the U.S. to use the U.S. for business and stuff like that too, so you understand these connections. Now, with business, there's no such thing as free lunch, and this means that everything is paid for with other services and fees and payments that you make to them. So with this said, with the economic system, in order to have a good business, you got to have the right amount of people on the payroll doing the right amount of service to keep the right amount of money in the business so you can stay afloat. And staying afloat, staying in business, being able to pay your expenditures in your business and building fees are all the important thing. And so this is where every business has decided where they will get their sources and the right number of commodities to be made and brought out there for the service. So, like a good restaurant will buy the right amount of stuff from a good wholesaler that has good flavor, so people will enjoy it and they get the right amount. So that way they won't have a lot of waste, but they'll have just enough to sell. And now Walmart, on the other hand, has cut the middlemen out by going straight to China and buying very cheap goods that have been as cheap as they can market them. And then they get basically, like with free trade, we get what we can get manufactured in the U.S. for cheap, like food. And then we get commodities manufactured in China where it costs much less to make. So we've hit the dilemma. And a business basically will decide economically where they can get stuff for the cheapest and in order to keep their business afloat. And then sometimes they have to cut overhead and they got to cut, certain places to keep the business going with the finances. And the finances get into the hairy part about a business because with a business, you got to advertise it. But the best way to advertise is to have people with good experiences that'll bring their experiences to other people. And then advertising a business is crucial too, because if it's a big chain, it's already advertised and people already want to go to the chain. If it's not, you got to be able to market it, and marketing and being able to sell yourself and your business to other people to get them to want to have a part in it and buy it and be able to be a customer is a key. And this is the key to business, is buying people into the relationship. And that's the key. And, then merging and collaboration is another part when businesses get big and they find other people that are successful enough, they can merge them in order to make a bigger empire like a monopoly. And that's where monopolizing industries and all kinds of stuff can help these big businesses so they can run well. And I personally have worked with Blooming Brands. They've taken a bunch of very high-end corporations and companies, in the food service, and they basically bought them into the conglomeration. And so when they bought them into the conglomeration, it means that they've taken a little of everything so you can have a little of everything for everybody, like a grill, an Italian grill, American food. You can have, some sports bars, but you can have a good array of food. And that's the key to a lot of these corporations, is they try to make sure that they have a little of everything. Just like Walmart makes sure they have a little of everything by merging with other stores and buying out a lot of companies and making sure that they can have groceries and they can have all kinds of hardware and stuff that you need in their store. So at the cost, they may not get the best grade, but they buy things from certain companies. Then if you go to a good food service establishment, like in the Bloomin' Brands, they will make sure that you get higher grade stuff than you would in your typical restaurant. And so the price goes up a little bit, but then they make sure that they take good care of the customers, which is their marketing. They're not going to go advertise on the TV or internet as much as they're going to focus on their ingredients in food. So that's the other thing about this, because you can have some of these corporations that focus more on their advertising and trying to get you to buy something, and they exaggerate claims. Now, a good corporation doesn't have to exaggerate claims. People want to buy their stuff because it's a sticky power because they want their goods out of all things. So, hope this video helps.